Hello everyone, it's me, Coffee Stitcher. It's April 28th. It is my birthday. Woo! Happy birthday, me! Yeah. It's my birthday. So yeah. How is everybody? It's awesome to hear. I hope everyone had a good week. I am on vacation this week, so hopefully there will be lots of stitchy things happening. I'm going to Stitch Stitch on Tuesday to use my birthday money and my discount and my paycheck. And hopefully, fingers crossed, Kate and Katie are going to get to join me. But we'll see. So, hopeful for that. I've got whip updates to show you. I've got homework for this week that I can tell you about. I've got my nest egg from Trisha. And I've got I've got one Stitchy birthday present that I can show. So, without further ado, and of course Q&A, we'll dive into the Q&A. Zoe Robinson, yes, technically shepherd's pie is made with lamb, not beef. However, in America, because lamb, particularly ground lamb, is not easy to come by, here mostly what you find is lamb chops. We tend to use beef. So really, I know what I normally make is cottage pie, which I assume is also pub food and would still work for what I was doing. But yes, you're correct. Camping Stitcher, of course you can get an amen. I'm glad everybody got a big kick out of my comments about the Aurora dress. And I have worked out how things are going to go down in year 4 with Cedric so that I don't have to completely alternate universe everything. But it's still going to be alternate universe. But I've worked that out at least. So, yay! So I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. Sarah Grenier, you are very welcome for being enabled. Chandra Tasha, I like your idea of trying to get clemency for the last one. I don't think they'll go for that, but I like the idea. I like the way you think. Are you a Slytherin? Because that's Slytherin-y. Kelly Bell, I did post pictures of Boy George on Insta, if you haven't seen them. If you have seen them, then hopefully you liked them. I actually discovered, and this is probably more info than any of y'all ever wanted about me, but I discovered with my nails painted, I was less likely to pick at zits. I have bad arm acne, which is why, fortunately, you don't see my arms too much here. You still see a little bit on my face, but I noticed I wasn't picking at the acne, so I'm actually looking at getting an American tip done to my nails so that it looks natural, but will hopefully work as well as colored nails did. Let's see, and that looks like that was everything question-wise. So if you've got questions, throw them my way, because I do like the questions. Yes. All right, so without a doubt, without further ado, we'll go into our haul. So first, one of my stitchy friends sent me this two really cool scissor fobs. Here's the first one. So it's got all sorts of really pretty jewels, and it's got an old spool to it. They sent me this other one, which is so pretty, I'm actually going to turn it into a necklace. I just got to get a chain for it. But look at this one, and look at that really cool gem there. That's not a gem, I know, but stone, or whatever you want to call it. But it's super cool, and I plan to turn it into a necklace, because I love me stuff like this. Um, and then a really cool needle minder that's actually the top and bottom parts of an old spool of thread. It looks like it's it's Fairloom, sold only by Sears and Roebuck Company. I don't know how well you can see that. It's not wanting to focus too well. Let's see if I get closer. Does that help? No, that did not help. Okay, well, you have to believe... Maybe this one. Maybe you can see better, because they say it on both sides. Oh, wait, which direction? Yeah, you can see it a little better on that one. But yeah, it's super cool, and I can't wait to actually use it on a project. Possibly if I decide doing a new start today for my birthday. We'll see. I'm kind of on the fence. Alright, so I got my nest egg from Trisha. So we're in the P's now, with an M thrown in for good measure. Just cause, you know. So, let's see, there's pine, picnic basket, and picket fence. Pineapple sherbet, pecan pie, and pink azalea. And pineapple sherbet doesn't show it too well here, but it's actually got a very faint yellow undertone. Piney Woods, poppy, poinsettia, and mountain mist. And mountain mist is sort of this anomaly color. This is my second skein of mountain mist. My first skein is very decidedly green, but it has shifted to being a blue color, I guess, as dye lots, and I know there were some colors that got discontinued, so some things recipes have changed, but that's one that's definitely one I've noticed can be problematic. In fact, I think it was actually where I first discovered it was Sarah Shears. She did that Around the World in 80 Days by Little House Needleworks, and it's charted for Mountain Mist, but hers was like mine. It was very green, and it was an older skein, so take that as you will. Alright, and then I got my Krennic. One of them was a color I had asked her to order for me. Asked her to order for me. I needed another spool of pearl, and they were out of it at Stitch and Etch, so she ordered a skein for me, which is good because I'm going to need it in a project you'll see momentarily. But then we've got Blue Merengue, which I've got a couple of now. Black High Luster. Blue. And Blue Ice. So, we're into the bees now. I'm not sure how many overall there will be, but it's Krennic. And we're getting close to the end of the gasts. So once we've got all the gast cottons, I think she's going to switch over and do the gast wools, which excites me. Hint, hint, hint. Hint. All right. So, this week's homework was very, very specific in Magical Stitches. There were only 2 projects that were required, but I really didn't have... It was like 300 stitches in green and 300 stitches in something else. I don't remember what the something else was. Or we could do penalty stitches of 450. And so that's what I actually ended up doing. Because for me, that was easier this week. So, I finished up Owl Forest Embroideries, part 2 of Emerald City, which is Tatty-Poo, the Witch of the North. It is not Glinda, for those of you who I keep seeing post that, and I try to comment. I know it's very didactic of me, but the reason I say it is because they've said Glinda's going to be in the pattern, so it is 2 definitely different witches. Tatty-Poo is the Witch of the North. She's in the Gillikin country. She's actually unnamed by Baum. In the stage musical in 1902, they named her Locusta. Ruth Plumley Thompson named her Tatty-Poo at some point. That's what she goes by in The Muppets Wizard of Oz. And that's actually the name I prefer for her over Locusta. Um, but that's just my own personal feelings there. But either way, she's either Locusta or she's Teddy Pooh. She ain't Glinda. So I used Soft Lights from Threadworks for the white in her dress. It's got a subtle pink to it as well. It shows up more pink here than it actually is in person, though. And I used Polar Ice from Rainbow Gallery for the metallic in her dress, because it's a little silver, it's a little purple. And I wanted to tie into the Gilligan country. I used Lavender Parasol for the flowers as well as for the lighter parts of the Scarecrow's costume. And he's got a slightly off-center eye at the moment. I need to redo his French knots, but I'll do that towards the end. Redo them, I'm sure, once. When it's closer to being done. I used Cackle from Ship's Manor for the flower vines. I used After Midnight from Soy Luster for the dark blue in his pants. And I used Caramel for the fence, which I used over here for the house. So I used that to tie that in. So there we go. And the Scarecrow is, I think he's cute. He is about the same size as Dorothy, but he's definitely influenced by the illustrations for his Russian counterpart, Strachila. And I'm not even going to attempt, when we get to the Tin Man and the Lion, to pronounce their names the way that... I think he's Iron Woodcutter, and probably just Lion for Lion, but Scarecrow is Strachila. And Dorothy is actually called Ellie. And I don't remember, the Good Witches have very different names. I know the Wicked Witches are Bestinda and Ginjima, but that's neither here nor there. And then I worked on Sarah Davis. So we got another row done. Another row and another border. I brought in some metallic this time. This is what I call the Lisa Frank conversion. So we're still in the purple, blue, pink wheelhouse. Next month we'll bring out another color. I'm going to bring out some yellow, I think, finally. I did actually screw up on the metallic border, because the pattern starts and you go 3 down, but then you only go, so it's 3 rows, but then it's just supposed to be every other up and down. And I didn't realize that because my iPad was about to die, so I closed it and put it on the charger. And thought, okay, well, it's just 3 up, 3 down. I don't need my iPad for this. But then it actually ended up working out in my favor, because I started at the top, ended at the top. So it worked in my favor. And I used Dark Lilac by Color and Cotton for the alphabet on this one. So, this next week's homework is called A Little Owl, in honor of the arrival of Pigwidgeon. And so because we've only got 2 days. We've got Monday and Tuesday. I did not work on my mirror. Well, I did. I did like 5 stitches. Those who watched the news, we had big rainstorms come in this week. And so Monday night, we had an errand or 2 to run, and then I started to feel not great, so I didn't really stitch. Tuesday, I felt awful, too. So I didn't work at all, really, on my Mira. And I may end up working on her today, so that I can work on so we have to work on our smallest whip. So this one, and it had to be from our photo album that we uploaded. So in my case, it's Tales of Haunted Hollow by Sigrid Designs. Here it is. I'm doing the rectangle piece. And it's not very big, so I actually think I may end up getting it finished. And if I do get it finished, and I fully finished at that, then it'll be a bonus 50 points. And you get 100 points for each, or 1 point for every 100 stitches that you do. So it's 60 by 60, so that means I can get 60 by 60, so that means it's 3,600 stitches. So that means I can get 36 points for finishing it, if I get it all finished. Roughly. And then the, train of thought slipped. And then if I fully finish it, then, so I could technically get like 86 points, which would be really cool. So I'm going to be doing it on this. It is 32 count Coco from Weeks Dye Works. So it should finish fairly small, and I'm going to try and finish it up as a soft fold cube. Because I think I've got a cube piece. If not, I can definitely go out on either Monday or Tuesday, on one of the 2 days, and get what I need to finish it. So, yeah. Anyhow, I guess that's really kind of it for me this week. Like I said, I may have a new start today. I definitely, obviously, will have one tomorrow, so that I may just go ahead and work on my mirror today for that reason. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. So, anyhow, I hope everyone is doing wonderfully well. I hope you all have a terrific week. And I'll see y'all next time.